Welcome to another episode of the BWP micro series. We're here with Nana. Nana, what's your last name?
Okyere.
Okyere.
Yes, Nana Kwesi Okyere.
Nana Kwesi Okyere. Now, what's fascinating about Nana Kwesi Okyere is he's a Ghanaian, moved out to Korea, and he's doing some amazing things. Now, for those of you who've ever stayed in Korea, as an African, breaking into the market the way he has, gaining a lot of audience, publicity, actually to the point where the ambassador from Korea to Ghana personally asked me, he said, Papa, you need to find this guy because, and I even hear that even their president likes watching the show. Nana, welcome to the show.
All right, thank you very much, Papa.
Nana, tell me your story. How did you end up in Korea?
Oh man, I get this a lot in my interviews, especially in Korea. I had no plan to come to Korea when I was done with high school. I just wanted to get into University of Ghana. Like, I wanted to be a vandal. That was my goal. I'm like, I just want to go there. I want to be done with school and start a family. So that was it. And I remember my dad came up to me and he's like, oh, they have like Korean government scholarships. He asked me if I'd heard about it. I said no. And he's like, well, you should try it. But I didn't believe in, try it out. It's gonna work for you because I'm like, tell it. But I was like, whatever. So I tried it, and after a year, I remember I was back at home and I got a call from the Korean embassy. They wanted to verify if it was me. I said yes, and they asked me to come to the embassy. I went to meet the ambassador, and he said that we had got scholarships to Korea. So that was my journey to Korea. After a week, I just got on a plane. I had no idea what Korea was, what kind of country it was. I did no background information. I just got on the plane. I just went straight to Korea.
And I can relate with that because I actually was one of the people who benefited from that scholarship as well. I'm currently the president of the Koika Alumni Association, and Alumni Association was built for those who benefited from that. So actually, you are an alum as well,
yes,
even though
yes,
you're still there.
Yes.
So I'm your president.
Yes.
Okay, so you got to Korea.
Yes.
What was the transition like?
Oh, I remember the first thing that I thought was, man, it's cold. Because, it's funny, because I thought Korea was a tropical country like Ghana. I didn't know they had snow. A lot of the Ghanaians still don't know, so I was like, oh, this place is very, very cold. And everything was just so intact and so organized. I remember seeing all the cars have, like, GPSs in them. That was one of the things that really shocked me, because, I came from Ghana, and I'd never seen anything like that. So, and I didn't speak the language. Everything was so foreign. I didn't understand a word that they told me. Everything, even the way it smelled, the way the people looked, the way they behaved, everything was just totally different. So my first couple of months was very, very tough. It was just like, okay, I'm in a totally new environment. I don't know anybody. I don't speak their language. I can't do anything. So I just stick with my Gary and Shito for about 3 or 4 months.
Lucky you had the Gary and Shito.
Charlie, I had to have it because I didn't know I was going out there. It's like the wilderness, so I had to just prepare. So the Gary and Shito saved me for a couple of months.
I actually had Gary and Shito shipped to me from the US by Manti, but that's a whole new story.
Really? Yeah.
To Korea.
I got some kinky from Canada too. I had to get it. Yes.
Wow. So, when did you get discovered, or when did the acting start?
Well, the funny thing is, when I got to Korea in 2009, I think around March, and in December I received a call from a lady. She was casting, foreign actors for a drama. And my friend introduced me to her, so she called me and we spoke, and she said, okay, fine, I want you to be in it. It was an old war drama thingy. So that was how I started, and I did it in bits because I was doing school at the same time.
Did she call you because you were interested in acting, or was it just a random thing?
It was a random thing, Okay. There are a lot of, recruiters out there, they cast people, so they needed black people, and I'm black, so they wanted me, and okay. I spoke to her, and after we did the drama, I took her contact, and anytime she had a job, she would always call me and be like, come around. So that's how I started, and I did a little modeling on the side too. So yeah, but I think in my last year of university, that's when things were starting to, just changed for me, because I remember after a while I stopped doing the whole acting thing because I wanted to focus on school. But I received a call from one of my friends. He's from Kenya. And he said there was a show called Hello Counselor. It's one of the biggest shows in Korea. It's on public TV, national TV. So I said, okay, fine. And I remember the first thing I asked him was, man, are we getting paid for this? And he said yes, because that was, as a student, that was my main one. I'm like, anything to make some money. So
show me the money.
I'm like, show me the money and I'll be there. Anything you want me to do. So he's like, yeah, let's go. And I went on the show, and it aired and it blew up. Right after the show, I received a little calls from KBS. There's a show called the Get Concert where they have like live skits in front of people, about 5,000 people audience, and you have to do like comedy skits for them. So that was my first like real exposure in the Korean TV market. And after that, I just kept receiving calls on calls on calls, and yes, things just followed. It was amazing how things just
Now that first time when you were in front of a big audience, how did you feel?
Oh my gosh, it's one thing to act, and it's another thing to do it in a different language. And the way Koreans work is they never give you the script till about 30 minutes of time. Wow. And then they give it to you and they tell you this is what you're gonna do. So learn it, memorize it, and do what you have to do. So when I got out there, there's like a lot of lights and there's a lot of people just looking at you, and I'm thinking I can't mess this up. I have to remember my line. So I was very, very nervous. It's live, so you can't afford to make a mistake. So I was very, very nervous. I was shaky, but somehow I pulled through. And right after that, the next I was still on stage again. I wasn't too nervous. I could actually look at the people and smile. And right after that, it just built my confidence. Yeah, so my confidence level went from 0 to all the way up there. Yeah.
Now you're not just acting, you have a TV show. What else do you do?
Yeah, I have a TV show. I just finished a movie not long ago. It's gonna come out next April. Yeah, one of the really big stars in Korea. He's called Lee Seung-bum. Yeah, and Ko Jun-hee. I was really privileged to work with them because these are very big guys and it's really difficult to get a chance to work with them. So, and I do a lot of modeling on the side. I do a lot of branding as well. So, yeah, a lot of things are coming up for me. I'm really excited about that. Yes.
So, what's next for you? Do you have a plan on coming back to Ghana, or is this?
I will come back to Ghana. I mean, I remember when I was going to Korea. We had to write like a self-introductory essay. And you have to tell them your goals, and at the end of the day, they're like, well, when you're done with your program, you need to come back home. So I've always thought about that, and Ghana is home, and I'm very passionate about Ghana. I'm always reading all the news just to keep myself updated, and I'm always frustrated about how things are, and I always want to change. I want to contribute. So I feel like the best way to do it is just gather whatever experience that I have in Korea and just come back home and just use it. It's one person.
Well, I'll tell you, for one, you're contributing in 2 ways. You're sharing your story, which is probably empowering the youth out there. Also, what you're doing is you're branding Ghana outside, because a lot of people don't even know about Ghana and the fact that it exists.
True.
Thanks to you, a lot more people are becoming aware. So you found out about Ghana chocolate?
Yes, I did. I was very shocked and amazed. I was like, whoa, Ghana's here. And the funny thing is, Koreans just know it as a name. They didn't know it was a country on its own. They didn't know the cocoa was from Ghana or anything. So it was a pretty amazing find. And I was like, I'm just gonna bank on this. So I remember I went on a TV show and I'm like, Ghana chocolate, the cocoa is from Ghana, and they're very shocked. And the company that does the chocolate, Lotte, they actually called me. They said, look, if you're gonna be the main guy that we want to shoot a commercial with you, so if we're gonna project Ghana, we want to do it right. We need a Ghanaian person, and you're there, so we're gonna use it for the commercial. So yeah.
Nice. That's a major endorsement.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I tasted the chocolate, and it's not that.
Yeah, it's not as good as our golden tree.
So
I know.
My plan was, if I got to work with them, I was gonna make sure that the cocoa content was increased to the max.
Increased a little bit. Yeah, so they get the right.
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Is there anything that you'd like to, any words of encouragement for the youth out there?
Yeah, I mean, as a human being, there comes a time in your life where you don't know which way to go. You're at crossroads and you just don't know what to do. You just have to work by faith. Just whatever opportunity that comes your way, you have to just grab it. And you have to make something out of nothing, because nothing is going to be handed to you. That's one thing I've learned in Korea socially, because it's more difficult for black people than it is for any other race. So you have to work extra hard. So whatever opportunity that you see, you just have to take it right there and then, because it's gone. So, and whatever, of course, I mean, it's cliche, but whatever you think you can do it, you can do it. They say that cliche advice are always the best, because it's true. So whatever you have, and you have on paper or you have in your mind that you want to achieve, if you put your hard work to it, if you pray about it, hey, there's nothing that's impossible. We live in a world where people have made stuff happen, and so can you. So just always believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you cannot do anything. Don't listen to people because they will steal your dream and they'll bring you down. So whatever that you have, you just make sure you're focused and you work hard, and you're definitely going to get at it.
Beautiful. Well, you've heard it, folks. We'll be here with Samuel Okyere. Stay empowered.